Excellent. Good afternoon, and welcome to Adrian College's spring commencement. The ceremony will be starting very soon, so if you could, please find a seat. We ask that you try to keep the sidewalks cleared, as the procession will take place on both sides of the mall area. Each graduate received a card this morning during practice, which allows one family member to come close to the stage to take a photo as they exit the platform. The graduates are called alphabetically, so you will be able to predict when your graduate will walk across the stage. The last names beginning with A and B should begin to making their way to this area during the letter to parents. There is also a placard that will be held aloft, letting you know the range of first letters of last names to come to the photography area. In addition, there are 22 students being hooded today with master's degrees. The parents of those students should make their way to the photo shoot area just before the letter to parents is being read. There will be a sign held indicating where to line up for photos. A number of Adrian College staff members are available to assist you. There is additional seating inside the Ritchie Marketplace Annex where you can watch the ceremony on a screen if anyone would prefer to sit inside. If you wish to purchase a bottle of water, you may do so inside the Ritchie Marketplace. Water is also for sale in Kane Student Center. Even though this is an outdoor event, we ask that you refrain from smoking as a courtesy to those around you. We also ask that you silence your cell phones at this time. And lastly, we ask that you please help keep our campus beautiful by disposing of your trash into the trash receptacles after the ceremony. Thank you.
Let us pray. God of truth and knowledge, by your wisdom we are taught the way and the truth. Bless these graduates as they now finish this course of study. We thank you for those who taught and worked beside them and all who supported them along the way. Walk with them as they leave and move forward in life. Take away any anxiety or confusion of purpose. Strengthen their many talents and skills. Instill in them a confidence in the future you hold. Amen. Please remain standing as Dr. Kristen Boggs-Clark sings America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Farver, and I am the chairman of the Adrian College Board of Trustees. On behalf of the board, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome everyone to this celebration where we honor and applaud the accomplishments of the talented, hardworking students. For 159 years, Adrian has been dedicated to graduating successful, civic-minded individuals who will apply their skills and knowledge to improving our world. As we recognize the class of 2018, we reaffirm the importance of this institution's mission and purpose. I speak today from the special perspective of the chairman of the Board of Trustees and as a lifelong resident of the city of Adrian. The trustees are volunteers from many professions and backgrounds who give of their time, talent, and resources because they believe Adrian College is a very special place and provides the kind of education that shapes in positive ways the minds and hearts of young adults. As a parent of 2 children who have graduated from college, I understand the difficulty in sending your child off to pursue the next chapter in their lives and acknowledging they are entering adulthood. As a member of the Board of Trustees, I have firsthand knowledge of the value of an Adrian College education. All of the trustees strive to help make Adrian a college experience world-class and ensure that our graduates are ready and able to pursue whatever their dreams may be. It is therefore with a sense of special pride that I congratulate the class of 2018 on a job well done. And I congratulate and thank all of the parents, family members, faculty, staff, and friends who have helped and mentored these students along the way. This is your day also. Congratulations. I am now pleased to introduce the 17th president of Adrian College, Dr. Jeffrey Docking.
Thank you, Chairman Farber. Today does indeed mark an extraordinary milestone in the lives of these wonderful young people. Students, those of us on this stage join your families in expressing how incredibly proud we are of you today for all that you have accomplished. You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment. My hope is that this wonderful journey, the past 4 years, has helped you discover your innate talents, made you aware that the most fulfilling life is found in doing good works and in serving others, and that happiness is experienced at the intersection of hard work, ability, talent, and all of the ingredients that fuel passions and purpose in each and every one of us. May your belief in the liberal arts and your lifelong commitment to learning extend far beyond walking across this stage today. I congratulate all of you on a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Docking. It is my pleasure to welcome the student address speaker, Miss Lauren Aiello. Lauren is the daughter of Barbara Kilgore and Jim Aiello and is from Troy, Michigan. She will graduate from the honors program with her Bachelor of Arts in 3 majors: biology, chemistry, and mathematics. While at Adrian College, Lauren was involved in the Biology Club, Pre-Health Association, and Pride, promoting the rights of individuals with disabilities everywhere, and was a member of Mortarboard and Alpha Chi Honor Society. She was also captain of the cheer and aerobics and tumbling teams. A tutor of both math and chemistry, Lauren also spent time volunteering on campus and at Henry Ford Macomb Hospital and Oakland County Medical Examiner's Office, among other organizations. Lauren plans to attend medical school in the fall. Welcome, Lauren.
Thank you. Today, we celebrate all of our accomplishments that led us to walk across this stage. We also celebrate the start of our journey. Whatever may lie next for us, whether this be more school, starting a job, starting a family, or even just living in your parents' basement playing Xbox, this path begins today. As we start this journey, I hope you can remember the journey you had here at Adrian College. Let's think about a typical day you might have experienced here as a student. 7 a.m., snooze the alarm. 7:10 a.m., snooze the alarm. 7:15 a.m., snooze the alarm. 7:20, wake up, get ready. 7:55 a.m., leave to get to your 8 a.m. just in time. 8 o'clock, start class. 11:50, time for lunch at Ritchie. 12:30, cram for that 1 p.m. exam. 1 p.m., pray you don't fail that exam. 2 p.m., meeting with your professor. 3 p.m., a well-deserved nap time. 4 p.m., dinner at Kane. 5 p.m., practice. 7 p.m., probably another nap time. 8 p.m., go to work. 9, meeting for your club. 10 p.m., start your homework. 11 p.m., okay, so you probably just now started your homework. 2 a.m., what time is it? 3 a.m., finally some rest. And 7 a.m., snooze the alarm. A typical day for us here at Adrian varies from student to student, and our paths may have differed. But no matter the ups and downs and the struggles and the hard times, you made it. You made it through nearly 584 days, probably at least somewhat like I laid out, not including the weekends. So give yourself a pat on the back. Sometimes, trying to get through all these busy days one step at a time, we forget that we've overcome many tough challenges and had many big accomplishments. You should be both proud and grateful to receive a degree from a prestigious college like Adrian. Let's look more broadly at our time here at Adrian, year by year. Freshman year, a time of confusion. With the lack of identities and unsure of where we fit in, we walked around campus trying not to get lost in Peel and Jones. We learned that being unique is all right and that you don't have to fit in to be successful. Sophomore year, a time of not being the new kids, but not being upperclassmen either. To be honest, many people did forget a lot about sophomore year, but we did remember to be grateful for our true friends who stayed by our sides. Junior year, a time to start giving serious consideration to our futures. Tests and applications for graduate school came this year, as well as declaring a major. A very busy year in which we improved our time management and communication skills. Senior year, we made it. Through the stress of capstones and meetings and papers, I hope you can look back at this year and think of all the memories you've had. In senior year, we learned how to be leaders and how to procrastinate pretty well. Although breaking it down year by year is good, let's expand a little more broadly. Many major changes have happened at Adrian during these last 4 years. We've seen new buildings being built, a new bruiser, some really cool segways, new sports along with the new fitness center, Sodexo stepping it up with the food options, and new friends and relationships. But students, the most important change that we have seen is the change from calf to eclipse. In all seriousness, the most important change was the change that happened inside us. Adrian has shaped us to become wonderful and inspiring young men and women. We've evolved to not become the leaders of the future, but the leaders of today. No matter how we look at our time here at Adrian College, I want you to take away this following lesson. Time is just a way to measure life. It is by no means the measurement of success. Follow your own timeline and don't compare yourself to others. Some of the most successful people did not catch their break until much later in life. As I stand up on this stage today, representing the class of 2018, I want to leave you with some advice. When you venture off to whatever is your next step, remember to always be true to yourself. Remember to not follow anyone's path but your own. Remember to be humble, kind, and brave. Remember that you should be extremely proud of all your accomplishments being recognized today. And lastly, remember that no matter how hard things may seem, everything will be okay. Thank you, and go Dogs.
Thank you, Lauren. This is the 7th year Adrian College is honoring outstanding members of its faculty by inducting them into the Faculty Hall of Fame. Nominations are solicited from students, staff, faculty, and alumni, and only those with 10 years experience or retired with emeritus status are eligible. We seek faculty who are outstanding teachers with stellar scholarly accomplishments who embody the ribbons of excellence. The winner is enshrined with a photo in Shipman Library and a plaque noting their accomplishments placed nearby. The gallery of the Faculty Hall of Fame will line the pillars in this important academic space. This year's Faculty Hall of Fame award honors Dr. DeLespinesi. Dr. DeLespinesi taught at Adrian College for 36 years, from 1964 to 2000, and exemplified the liberal arts. Dr. DeLespinesi earned his PhD at Johns Hopkins University in 1966, having begun his teaching at Adrian prior to completion. At Adrian, he exemplified the ribbons of learning throughout a lifetime and crossing boundaries and disciplines, as he taught not only political science, but also computer science, Russian, and music, and even once taught the last half of a semester of an astronomy course after the instructor had passed away. He also proposed Adrian College's first internship program and helped design the college's original honors program, which have an enduring legacy today. Paul was an accomplished scholar as well as an outstanding teacher. He published the books, Thinking About Politics, American Government in Associational Perspective, and Basic Political Concepts, both of which emphasized the importance of thinking critically and examining politics. He also wrote The Case of the Racist Choir Director Struggling with America's Original Sin. In addition to his publications, his scholarship efforts, demonstrating a commitment to learning throughout a lifetime, has earned him numerous honors. At this time, I invite him up to say a few words.
Right here.
Yes.
Okay. I attended graduation ceremonies for 35 years of my 36 years at Adrian College. Unfortunately, I can only remember one thing a speaker said during those 36 years. I think you'll do better today. He was very old, very, very old, though perhaps he wouldn't seem so old to me now. He began quite conventionally, telling us how happy he was to be at Adrian College today. After pausing briefly, he added, "At my age, I'm happy to be anywhere." Needless to say, I am delighted to be here today, which is about 54 years and 80 days from the first time I set foot at Adrian in 1964. I remember hearing an Adrian trustee who had also graduated from here telling how shocking it was to return to campus and find that his professors, including Miles Peel, Hope Lowry, Elmer Jones, Jim Spencer, and Ruth Cargo, had all turned into buildings. Since my last name is too long to put on a building, at least at a small college, I think being added to the Adrian College Hall of Fame is the next best thing, and I thank the college very much for adding me to this distinguished group. My work of the last half century would have been impossible anywhere else for reasons too complicated to explain here. The political science department was on the third floor of Jones Hall, which connected to the chemistry department on the same floor in Peel Hall. This was appropriate, since the subjects studied by both political scientists and chemists both don't smell very good. Also, the results of my work can be summarized with the aid of a periodic table of human associations, much like chemists work with Dmitry Mendeleev's periodic table of the chemical elements. If there is anybody here today who would like to support an Adrian College project, let me suggest that a large copy of my periodic table of associations would look very nice next to Mendeleev's periodic table in Peel Hall. There is a good analogy here too, if I can conclude with an excess generalization. To create a periodic table, one must have a long and unpronounceable name like Mendeleev or Delespinessi. Thank you.
If Mr. John Swigert could please join us on stage. Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present Stephen Swigert, candidate for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. The degree citation will be read by Mr. John Swigert, President of Spartan Chemical and son of Steve Swigert.
Stephen H. Swigert, successful businessman and entrepreneur, dedicated to family and community. You've demonstrated throughout your life the value of leadership and of helping others find solutions that are effective and sustainable. During your outstanding career with Spartan Chemical, you've held strong the ideals of a family business: integrity, innovation, and quality. You've helped grow Spartan into an international corporation by exceeding the needs of the maintenance industry with safety, value, and excellence as key components. You have encouraged a solution-oriented mindset and effective training that helps Spartan become a leader in the industry's green cleaning and sustainability movement. Your service to and leadership of numerous trade associations and boards have contributed to the industry and have been acknowledged through the Jack D. O'Malley Industry Distinguished Service Award, among others. You've been a loyal alumnus of Adrian College, providing generous support for the college's Adrian Business Scholarship, its business department boardroom, and numerous other projects and student assistance programs. For your career accomplishments and ongoing dedication, you were also honored with the college's Distinguished Alumni Award. President Docking, in recognition of his exemplary career, his respected leadership in industry and the community, and his loyalty as an Adrian College alumnus, I'm pleased to present my father, Stephen H. Swigert, for the conferral of the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters.
Stephen H. Swigert, by the authority vested in me by the Adrian College Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree, Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
What a day. Gets kind of hard to Dr. Docking and the trustees and all the staff, the people that are here. I'm truly honored, so we'll get over that, okay? This day has nothing to do with me. It has to do with you. To the 320 folks that are graduating today, their family and friends that have gathered here to watch that. And it's a special day. It was harder than I thought it'd be. You folks have spent the last 4 years, and it's been expressed by a couple speakers already, devoting your life to higher education so that you can go on in life. And the paths that you'll choose will vary dramatically. I have a daughter in the audience that chose 3 different directions before she finally found her home. Don't worry about change. It's human nature. It's healthy. Happiness is the most important part. Find that, and that'll be a home for you. Remember this, too. It's better to serve than it is to be served. God bless and thank you.
Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present honorary recipient Dr. Margaret Johnson, candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters. The degree citation will be read by President Jeffrey R. Docking.
Margaret L. Johnson, respected leader, educator, and innovator, you have worked diligently to meet the dynamic challenges of the world of information technology and provide opportunities for the underserved. As Vice President of Education and University Relations at Google, you manage extensive personnel who must match or exceed the constant advancement of technology in our world. Through creating strategic content for all levels of engagement, children in the K-12 learning environment have been introduced to computer science through your work. By building partnerships with key community members, you have provided engaging, effective training and new opportunities for children to begin to understand the digital tools that will become part of their everyday lives. You have served and provided through your profession the introduction of computer science to many more women and underserved minorities and given them hope for a brighter future. Your dedication to education innovation and working with universities has enhanced Google's research and development efforts and created ties with the higher education community, including Adrian College. You have generously supported discussion and perspectives from users and programmers towards continuous improvement. Vice President Milner, in recognition of her exemplary career with Google and as a thoughtful educator and a leader with pioneering intellect, I am pleased to present Margaret L. Johnson. Dr. Johnson, by the authority vested in me by the Adrian College Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations. And now my sincere congratulations to both honorary degree recipients. Now it is our privilege and honor to welcome Dr. Maggie Johnson as our commencement speaker this afternoon. But before Maggie offers her remarks, I'd like to share with you just a little bit more about her. Maggie grew up in Michigan, as did her husband David, by the way, over in the St. Joseph area. She earned her bachelor's and master's degrees in early musical performance and was a professional musician in New York City for a number of years. She later moved to the field of computer science and earned a PhD from New York University and City University of New York Graduate Center. Maggie then traveled to the west, to the California coast, and became teaching faculty and director of educational affairs for the Department of Computer Science at Stanford University before starting with Google. Last year, along with a few Adrian College colleagues, we had the privilege of visiting Google headquarters and working with a team to create the Google Pilot program here at the college under Maggie's leadership. It would not have been possible without the support of Maggie and her strong interest in the liberal arts and in education. With several 100 million users in the Google International Expanse, innovation is at the core of managing and making accessible vast information. And now, Dr. Maggie Johnson will speak on, quote, changing the world through innovation to all of you. Welcome, Maggie.
Okay. Thank you for that very kind intro, and thank you for the honor. Thank you very much for the opportunity to join you on this special day. So, as President Docking just mentioned, I'm from Michigan. Grew up in St. Joseph, Michigan. It's on the west side, over by Lake Michigan. And the journey from St. Joseph was a bit interesting, you know, in terms of my start. I did start as a musician. Got a bachelor's and a master's in early music performance, and the transition to computer science, which I ultimately ended up in, was interesting. There were actually two really important people who facilitated that transition. The first was my graduate advisor at New York University. His name was Jan Leroux, and he was, at that time, the foremost expert in classical symphonies. Everything from just after Bach to early Beethoven, he was the one who knew everything. And early in his career, he spent a lot of time in Europe, many, many trips, going into the basements of libraries and archives to look at handwritten manuscripts of these symphonies. And for every single one of them, he had a little index card, and he would write the melodies of the symphonies, you know, the movements of the symphonies, what the time signature, the key, anything of interest, including obviously the composer and the date, but anything that was interesting, unique, or that he wanted to remember about that symphony. So he had these cards that he would do, one per each symphony. Now, later in his career, when I met him, he had a card catalog that was probably about the size of that whole wall over there, all about symphonies. And he was so well known that anybody around the world, they'd have to actually come to New York to study these symphonies because these cards were just so helpful. So one day when I was working with him, he decided, let's computerize this. Let's put this into a database so everybody can access it without having to come to New York. So we spent the next year getting all of that data into a big database. And then once we had it there, we started thinking, well, we can analyze this in really interesting ways. And we started with really easy questions like, you know, what percentage are in C major? Or, you know, how many were written by Viennese composers and things like that. But ultimately, we got to a place where we could ask really interesting questions, like if you look at the really popular symphonies that have really, over the years, been the ones that everybody remembers, what are some of the most important attributes of those? You know, are there common things that really make these the most popular symphonies? So we really started to do a lot of programming on top of this database, and this is really where I started to learn about computer science. It's really late in my career, and it was really, you know, I was well on a different track. And it was a really interesting time because I got hooked on it. I really liked it. So that was the first person. The second person was my fiance at that time, who was studying computer science at Hunter College, which is also in New York City. And he was going through all the different classes, and I was just basically studying vicariously through him because I was so interested in it, and I was still doing music. So that was my other introduction to computer science, and my husband David is here somewhere. I won't make him, oh yeah, he's waving over there. He's got his 15 seconds. And he will, to this day, tell everyone that he has taught me everything I know about computer science. But anyway, that was also, you know, a really important sort of pathway for me. And after that, I did go back to school, and I got a master's and a PhD in computer science, and ended up at Stanford. And my job there was really about teaching. And this was a really interesting time in computer science because when I was there for about 15 years, and over those 15 years, we completely changed the curriculum 4 times. And this is because the languages changed, the operating systems changed, everything was changing so quickly in technology that we had to keep, you know, updating the curriculum. And that was a good experience in the sense that it helped us to really understand, well, what are the sort of theoretical foundations that don't have to change, and then what are the things that do, and how do you actually make a curriculum work that way? So that was a great experience. And then ultimately I ended up going to Google about 12 years ago. And the reason I did that is because it was really a time at Google of explosive growth. When I started there, it was about 5,000 people. Now we're at about 80,000 and completely global. And my job when I first started there, as well as my job now, is to make sure that the engineers at Google have what they need in order to meet whatever the business needs. So we do all kinds of training, we do all kinds of computer science outreach and all kinds of things like that. But really our job is to make sure that the engineers have what they need to you know, make the technology that you use every day. So the reason I made that shift from academia to industry is because I was able to take a lot of the things that I had learned to do as a teacher in academia and apply them in a completely different context at Google. And it was a really great opportunity to just expand and be able to do different things. So that's what kind of took me in that direction. And the other thing that I learned at Google is innovation. It is a company that has really innovation as a part of its DNA. And I learned there, as anyone who works at a place like Google, that innovation is really a part of how you operate every day. So what is innovation? If you think about just in your brain right now, you have all this stuff kind of floating around. You have facts, and you've got ideas, and you've got concepts, and all of this is floating around, and it's coming from different sources, maybe from a class or from some coursework or a video you watched or a video game comes from all different things, and they're all sort of floating around in your head. And then sometimes they will coalesce, and the whole will become more than the sum of the parts. And when this coalescing happens, something really interesting happens. So for example, I might know a little bit about chemistry and about chemical equations over here, and I might know about photosynthesis and what the equations look like over there, and I might actually know about the cellular structure of a plant, and then you take 4 or 5 other things and you put that all together, and all of a sudden I have an understanding of what the atmosphere contains and how it operates from a chemical perspective. So that coalescing creates this unit of understanding that's bigger than what all those individual parts were. Now that's learning, and that is something that happens frequently. You know, what motivates that to happen in your brain and how those things come together is beyond what we can talk about here, but learning is obviously a really big part of what you all have been through over the last 4 years. Now innovation is when you still have all that stuff floating around in your head, but they come together in really unusual combinations. Or it might be an application of something that's familiar to some new context. It is taking something familiar and using it in a different way. That's really what innovation's all about. And this is how we come up with things like self-driving cars or balloons that float over developing countries to provide internet access, or taking an algorithm that can identify a cat in a YouTube video, and that same algorithm is used on mammograms to detect breast cancer more accurately than a trained radiologist. That's innovation. Now, you have been all about learning here at Adrian for the last 4 years. You've gotten a wonderful education. But one of the most important observations right now is that innovation is just as important as learning, given the way the world is, the pace of the world today and how quickly things are changing. So it's really important for you to be aware as you sort of go out right now, the world that you're going into is so much different than the world that, say, your parents went into. And a lot of it's because of the pace of technology. You think of what technology makes possible right now. You know, we are all walking around with a little supercomputer in our pocket. I can find out about what's going on halfway around the world, like right now. I can learn something new instantly by watching a video or doing a search, and the list goes on and on. So technology is a great enabler, not without its challenges, obviously, but it has really made a huge impact, particularly in the last 25 years with the internet. Now, an important statistic is 65% of the children starting elementary school this year, when they graduate from college, they're going to be starting careers and doing jobs that don't exist right now. 65%. So what that means is that as you sort of go out and start doing your career, charting your path, you're going to need to redesign and reinvent it multiple times, because that's just the way the pace of the world is operating. And how do you do that? You do that by being open, you do that by being flexible, and you do that by continuously learning and innovating. And the innovation is really key because it does apply in your everyday life. So you need to be able to recombine these different elements or reapply something that you've done this way, try it in a different way. These are the ways that you can use innovation in order to kind of keep pace with this really dynamic, always evolving world. So how do you do this? Well, you actually do it all the time. You just have to be aware of it. So if I think back just about my career in the little outline that I just gave you, there were 2 times where I just completely changed my path because of, you know, applying something innovative in my life. The first was with Jan, when he took computing and musicology, which is the most extreme example of, you know, innovation you can imagine, because there are musicologists today that still think computers should not have anything to do with their domain. But that coming together is something that just changed my path entirely. I ended up going into computer science. And then when I went from an academic environment to Google, again, it was taking something really familiar but applying it in a completely different sort of frame. So it happens all the time. Everyone here is capable of doing innovation and applying it in your own life. I think if you sort of look back and see the different points in your life where you changed something or you really decided I was going to do something different, chances are you were kind of looking at it differently, combining something differently, or applying something differently in a different context. You were innovating, and you can apply that in your everyday life. So as you sort of go forward, I think it's really important to watch for this happening, and the more you watch for it and are aware of it, the more you can actually make it happen in your own life. And one thing that's really cool about this idea of applying innovation in your own life is that it has this natural extension that if you're able to apply it in your life such that you are doing more relevant things and more important and more impactful things, it has this natural extension that it unleashes innovation and positive things in the world, and we all want the world to be a better place. So I think with that, I will end and say thank you again for letting me be here and being a part of this very special day. And congratulations on your amazing accomplishments so far. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Johnson. This part of commencement is considered one of the most important traditions at Adrian College, dating back to 1875, when seniors presented a shepherd's cane to the junior class as a symbol of achievement in transfer of power. In 1891, graduating classes began tying an inscribed ribbon with graduates' names onto the cane. This is the inspiration for the academic vision at Adrian College known as the Ribbons of Excellence. In 1991, we incorporated the current ceremony into commencement exercises. It is my pleasure to present the 2018 cane ceremony participants. Jenna Camp, Senior Class President. Samantha Silver, Senior Class Vice President. Kayla Durbin, 2019 Senior Class President. Brandy Jasek, 2019 Senior Vice President.
President Docking, on behalf of the class of 2018, we have chosen to help assist in the funding of a fountain that will be placed at the new campus entrance off of 223. The much-needed entrance will provide Adrian College visitors, students, staff, and community with a beautiful and accessible gateway into the heart of our campus.
Jenna and colleagues, thank you. I am very grateful for this. This will serve Adrian College for many worlds to come. Many folks don't realize that we have a new road coming into campus off of 223, and this beautiful fountain will be a welcoming addition for everybody visiting our campus. So thank you very much. Thank you, seniors.
This shepherd's cane, symbolic of leadership, is our link with the past, for it bears the colors and names of past Adrian College graduates. We are proud to join them by attaching the color for the class of 2018. We now entrust this heritage to the class of 2019, represented by Senior Class President Kayla Durbin and Vice President Brandy Jasek, and witnessed this day by honored graduates, students, faculty, staff, families, and guests.
Thank you. The class of 2019 accepts this symbol of leadership and the responsibility to live up to the ideals represented by the Ribbons of Excellence. We extend our congratulations to the graduating seniors and wish them Godspeed in the years ahead.
I am now pleased to introduce a letter to parents and family read by a graduating senior. We all know that the journey through college is one fraught with excitement and doubt, fun, challenge, hesitation, fear, and ultimately triumph through the granting of degrees today. We know that today would have never arrived for most of these graduates without you, their parents, supporting them along the long road of undergraduate education. Parents and other family members, such as spouses and children, play such a crucial role in their students' journey through college. We feel it is appropriate to select a student to speak on behalf of their classmates to express appreciation for supporting this journey. Today's letter is being read by Mr. Thomas Doney, who is graduating today with a Bachelor of Business Administration and Management. Thomas is the son of Michael and Tina Doney and is from Dearborn Heights, Michigan. Tom.
Hello, and thank you all for coming to support the graduating class of 2018. Graduation Day, the day that we all look forward to from the moment we received those acceptance letters in the mail to the day we showed up as scared freshmen. I want all the graduates to please close your eyes and think back to those very important days. I want you to think about who was by your side, who was there celebrating with you as you received that special letter, and who's there to help you move in and make sure you had everything you needed before they left. What you're probably seeing are your parents or those loved ones who have been by your side all the way. What we don't see was the emotions they held back. They watched as the babies they once carried were now young adults beginning this journey of adulthood. I know this wasn't easy for many parents to do. It was their strength and courage, though, that was able to get us to where we are today. They have provided us with the tools to accomplish our dreams and goals in life. Here at Adrian College, we stand by a set of principles called the Ribbons of Excellence. And one of those principles has been a goal of mine my entire life. That goal is crossing boundaries, and today is where I cross one of the biggest boundaries of my life. I'd like to take a minute to explain my story. I stand here today a first-generation college graduate, one thing that has been a dream of mine for as long as I can remember. It was a dream that seemed so far away, but was made possible by my parents. My dad has been a hardworking man his entire life, always working overtime, never taking a sick day, doing what he needed to do for his family. My mom, the most selfless woman you and I will ever meet. Every day she makes sacrifices for her kids because of the amount of love she has for my siblings and I, never putting herself first. Both of my parents spent their whole lives working and doing what they had to do for the family. Even though work was busy, they never missed a sporting event or even a parent-teacher conference. It is because of my parents that I am able to cross this boundary and become the first person in my family to graduate college. My parents are like many parents here, doing everything they can to make sure their children have the best life possible. Many of us thought that once we were here at college that we didn't need our parents anymore. They were grown-ups and on our own. We all learned quickly this wasn't the case. Whether it was a test we did bad on or we needed money for calf night, the first thing we did was pick up that phone and call home. All we needed to hear was that everything was okay and that they're so proud of us. Those small, simple words are enough to keep pushing us and keep us on the right track. There's one more ribbon I like to bring up, and that is the concept of learning throughout a lifetime. To me, that starts here with our parents. They give us the tools we need to continue to learn every day. They let us figure out those lessons the hard way and let us make our own choices and learn from them, but they're always there to teach us a lesson in the end. And just like they'll spend their whole lives teaching us, we will one day take those same lessons and teach our kids. It is what our parents do today for us that will carry with us for the rest of our lives. So once again, thank you, parents and family members. Thank you for being that support and that teacher has framed us to be the young adults we are today. Although we can never thank you enough, we can at least hope to continue to make you proud and to show that your hard work has paid off. Also, to not only say we did it, but say we did it because of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. I'm Dr. Carissa Massey, and I'm the Dean of Graduate Studies, and it's with great pleasure that we will begin the conferral of graduate degrees. Today, we are proud to confer Master of Science, Master of Art degrees to 22 deserving and accomplished students in athletic training, accountancy, and sport administration and leadership. Will the graduate students please rise? Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for graduate degrees to you at this time. Each candidate has completed all the requirements of the Master of Science and Master of Art degree as specified by Adrian College.
Through power vested in me by the Adrian Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these candidates the degrees Master of Science in Accounting, Master of Science in Athletic Training, and Master of Arts in Sports Administration and Leadership with all of the attendant rights, privileges, responsibilities, and honors.
Will the graduates please come forward to be hooded by Vice President Milner and their thesis advisor. The graduate will then receive their diploma and congratulations from President Docking. We are happy also to allow faculty and staff members to present their diploma with President Docking. Jacob D. Adams, Master of Science, Athletic Training, hooded by Dr. Tina Claiborne. Ted Charles Butts Anstedt, Master of Arts, Sport Administration and Leadership, hooded today by Dr. Scott Westfall. Gary Philip Estalis, Master of Arts, Sport Administration and Leadership, hooded today by Dr. Keith Christie. Chloe Burka, Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded today by Dr. Heather Schuyler. Austin J. Burns, Master of Arts in Sport Administration and Leadership, hooded today by Dr. Scott Westfall. Patricia Josephine DeFelice, Master of Arts, Sport Administration and Leadership, hooded today by Dr. Keith Christie. William Lewis Dowdy, Master of Arts, Sport Administration and Leadership, hooded by Dr. Andrew Linden. Michaela Shea Dunbar Gaynor, Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded by Professor Victor Liberi. Kelly Ann Zekin, Master of Science in Accountancy, co-hooded today by Professor Amber Gray and Professor Donna Baker. Bailey Nicole Feekings, Master of Science Athletic Training, hooded by Dr. Tina Claiborne. Alyssa June Fleury, Master of Science in Accountancy, co-hooded by Professor Amber Gray and Professor Donna Baker. Michelle Therese Jonas, Master of Science Accountancy, co-hooded by Professor Amber Gray and Professor Donna Baker. Casey Lorraine Joes, Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded by Dr. Tina Claiborne. Jordan Lee Jude, Master of Science in Accountancy, co-hooded by Professor Amber Gray and Professor Donna Baker. Michaela Nicole Kemp, Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded by Dr. Heather Schuyler. Brian Joseph William Killinger, Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded today by Dr. John Gutchess. Caitlin Quinn Locke, Master of Art, Sport Administration and Leadership, hooded by Dr. Andrew Linden. Daniel Robert Malcolm, Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded by Dr. John Gutchess. Alyssa Amelia Rossetti, Master of Science in Accountancy, co-hooded by Professor Amber Gray and Professor Donna Baker. Matthew R. Shear, Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded today by Dr. John Gutchess. Logan N. Syme, Master of Arts, Sports Administration and Leadership, hooded by Dr. Andrew Linden. Jessica Lynn Walters, Master of Science in Accountancy, co-hooded by Professor Amber Gray and Professor Donna Baker.
Please give these students a well-deserved round of applause. Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees please rise? Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees to you at this time. Each candidate has successfully completed all requirements for the appropriate degree as specified by Adrian College or will complete the remaining requirements by August or December.
Through the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Adrian College, I hereby confer upon those candidates who have completed their requirements the degrees Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Music Education, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Social Work, with all of the attendant rights, privileges, responsibilities, and honors. Will the graduates and candidates please be seated?
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates and candidates will now receive congratulations and their diplomas from President Docking, a gift from the Alumni Association, and have a chance to pet the college mascot Bruiser for good luck. We are happy also to allow faculty and staff members to present their diploma with President Docking. Students, after you receive your diploma, please turn your tassels from right to left, signifying graduate status. If the families of the candidates are present, We ask that you stand as your graduate receives their diploma.
Nicole Lynn Abramczyk. Renee Jeanette Adams Almasi. Lauren Marie Aiello, summa cum laude. Aaron Mohammed Ajarouche. Cody Franklin Alexander, summa cum laude. Robert Brian Alexander, summa cum laude. Desiree Julaine Alger. Alexander Kevin Armour, cum laude. Zachary Michael Armstrong, summa cum laude. Kira Joy Athy, summa cum laude. Owen Riley Backus. Melanie Sue Balderstone. Mitchell W. Bancroft. Elizabeth Ann Barrett, magna cum laude. Catherine Evelyn Bartlett. Haley Nicole Bateman. Jacob Charles Baer. Madeline Grace Beach. Kyle Christopher Bell, summa cum laude. Trevor J. Benalio. Luke Matthew Bill. Christina Marie Bitson, summa cum laude, co-presented by Board of Trustee member Reverend Marcia Woolley. Jenna Kirsten Louise Blackburn. Cassidy Lynn Black, cum laude. Mackenzie Ray Bovey, summa cum laude. Alexandra Nicole Branham. Raven Marie Braswell. Brandon John Brom, magna cum laude. Kyle J. Brothers. Bethany Lee Brown, summa cum laude. Chandler Mary Brown. Ashley Kaloalani Bruce, summa cum laude. Noah J. Bruckner, summa cum laude. Jordan David Bruck. Blake Michael Butzo, magna cum laude. Sean M. Kane, cum laude. Sabrina M. Camp, magna cum laude. Kevin A. Campo. Catherine Elizabeth Cannon. Garrett S. Carroll. Courtney Lee Carter. Jenna Michelle Carter, magna cum laude. Scott Michael Carter, magna cum laude. Alexandra K.
Alexis Irvin, magna cum laude. Javis Escalera. Megan Rose Ewald, cum laude. Jessica Ann Feitz, cum laude. Kristen Lee Fink, magna cum laude. Justin Michael Fisher. Samantha Marie Foster, summa cum laude. Zachary Tate Frappier. Emily P. Friel. Austine Sue-Marie Freeman. Kaylee D. Fuller, summa cum laude. Nicholas Stanley Fulton. Peyton Danielle Galvin, magna cum laude. Mariah Adriana Garcia. Emily Gibbons. Tyler A. Ganodke. Carrie Ivy Goodman. Alyssa Danielle Graff. Christine Victoria Grajek. Tyler Raymond Grimshaw. Brian R. Guck, cum laude. Raiden Michael Timoteo Gutierrez, cum laude. Colin Philip Hage. Paige Marie Hoffman, summa cum laude.
Kayla Louise Hanselman. Kimberly Ann Hardy. Lindsay Marie Harms, summa cum laude. Zachary J. Hart. Parker James Hassey. Hunter Joseph Hayes, magna cum laude. Kenneth James Henry. Kevin Scott Hernandez. Thomas Joseph Hoffman, summa cum laude. Jaron Gerald Hole. Sarah Marie Hollister, summa cum laude. Joshua Jacob Hosking. Lauren S. Hughes. Melanie L. Huey. Dylan W. Hunter. Mariah Janae Jackson. Kyle Egan Janes, summa cum laude. Drake Alexander Jellison. Avery Lamar Johnson. Marisa L. Johnson. Laurel Genevieve Phoebe Jordan, magna cum laude. Jenna Lynn Camp, magna cum laude. Rachel L. Canezas, summa cum laude. Andrea J. Keenan, summa cum laude. Erica Marie Keene, summa cum laude. Brandon Scott Keller. Jake Robert Keller. Dylan Thomas Kelly. Jennifer Lynn Kelly, summa cum laude. Jessica Laura Key. Mackenzie Marie King, summa cum laude. Carly Ray Klein, magna cum laude. Michaela Lynn Knapp, magna cum laude. Brad R.I. Cobrin. Jacob P. Kolek. Colin Scott Corti, magna cum laude. Cahill Jacob Kraniak, magna cum laude. Rose Ilona Krasovsky, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Gail Krieg, summa cum laude. Lauren Victoria Krivy, cum laude. Kennedy A. Kuntz. Mitchell Owen Kush. Amber Rose Lajeunesse, summa cum laude. Harrison Lang. Amanda Nicole Levine, summa cum laude. Sean Darren Lazio, cum laude. Morgan Lucille Leja, summa cum laude. Matthew Stephen Liberati. Jamie Lee Leitner. Dylan J. Linklater.
Stacy Michelle Liss. Boyi Lu. Juwan Martrell London, cum laude, co-presented by his mother, Denise London. Janessa Anne-Marie Madre, magna cum laude. Desiree Roshan Mahomes. Nicholas John Marsh. Alexis J. Schmidt. Gabriel W. Schrei, co-presented by Board of Trustee member Ms. Gina Valentino. Luciana Lee Samantha, summa cum laude. Marissa Lynn Shepard. Alona Corey Shiwak, summa cum laude.
Cheyenne John Shushtari. Samantha Lorraine Silvers, magna cum laude. Ashley Jeanette Simon, magna cum laude. Eliza M. Semkins, cum laude. Danielle Renee Slate, magna cum laude. Quentin Bradford Slovacek. Abigail Elizabeth Slusher. Tyara Catherine Smith. Verena Nicole Smith. Kaylee Johanna Sneed. Ryan Allen Solarzik. David Sopasuth. Jeffrey Richard Sophia. Zachary Joseph Stanifer. Kamara Simone Steele. Trevor Daniel Stevens. David D. Stewart. Gregory Ian Stewart. Connor E. Storms. Dakota Russell Suter, magna cum laude. Kelsey Ray Suter. Scott Thomas Szymanski. Alicia C. Salaji. Madeline Stephanie Tapp, summa cum laude. Matthew Mark Thompson. Tyler U. Todd. Julia Prentice Torrey, summa cum laude. Michael Turner. Dakota Lee Underwood. Paul P. Vefias. Taylor Kirsten Ventland, magna cum laude. Paige Shelby Vanata, summa cum laude. Drake Stone Vandenberg. Caleb J. Vanderlucht, summa cum laude. Taylor Ann Van Maley, cum laude. Courtney Marie Van Riper. Olivia Alexandra Vasiloff. Eli Jared Valabos. Quentin Christopher Vitek. Vanessa N. Wallace. Elizabeth Ryan Walter, summa cum laude. Rachel Lynn Warda. Luke Alexander Warwick. Cheyenne Onita Watson. Leela Janine Werner. Mimey Janae E. White, cum laude. Kristen Rochelle Wheatholter, cum laude. Mackenzie Lynn Wilcox. Cassidy Ray Williams. Benjamin Noah Warner. Ryan K. Wojcik. Catherine Sharon Wolak. Sierra L. Woodcomb. Tara Lynn Werbelis, summa cum laude. Jonathan Andrew Yobagi. Yasmin Yu, summa cum laude. Christine Nicole Zink. Elise Nicole Zondlak, summa cum laude.
Please congratulate the graduates with a well-deserved round of applause. Graduates and seniors, there are many people who have helped you arrive at this point in your lives today. This is the appropriate time for you to thank them. Will the graduates please rise and, with a round of applause, recognize family members and friends who have helped you along the way. Finally, students, please remove your tassels, and then you may throw your mortar in celebration of your accomplishment. On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. After we sing the alma mater and receive the benediction, the faculty and students will recess, celebrating the tradition of the faculty gauntlet, which permits students and faculty to offer expressions of thanks and farewell. A reception for our graduates will be held on the terrace just over in front of Kane Student Center. All guests of our graduates and the Adrian College faculty and staff are welcome to attend. Will the audience please rise and join us in singing the alma mater? You will find the words in your programs on page 35.
Son
And now God be in your head and in your understanding. God be in your eyes and in your seeing. God be in your mouth and in your speaking. God be in your heart and in your feeling. God be at your end and your departing. Amen. And the bell tower will now toll 18 times for the class of 2018.